On the morning of July 15th, 2023, a worried mother made her way to her daughter's boyfriend's apartment because she hadn't heard from her in days. When she arrived, she found her daughter's parked car outside, but no one answered the door. What she discovered next would be what no mother would ever want to see. Inside the apartment lay the lifeless body of her 21-year-old daughter, brutally murdered and left to decompose. Augusta Osedian, once full of life, was gone. What's even more shocking is that her boyfriend, Benjamin Best, who she lived with, was nowhere to be found. It would take detectives months of investigation until one simple lead led them to the serial killer. This is the horrifying end of a once-envied relationship, leaving behind more questions than answers. This is the story of Augusta Osedian. Before we get into our story, we would love to extend our deepest condolences to the family and friends of Augusta Osedian. Also, we would like to take this crime case as a close reminder to everyone to be careful with who we trust. Have you ever scrolled through Instagram, looked at someone's page and thought, they have it all? For many who followed the life of 21-year-old Augusta Osedian, known as Austa on Instagram, that was how they felt.
Hi, my name is Augusta and I'm a brand influencer, a content creator. I love creating content because I love the thrill of it and I love entertaining you.
She was a rising star, an exceptionally beautiful and fashionable influencer. With over 120,000 followers. But that was not how her life started. Augusta Osedian lived in Lagos, Nigeria with her mother, Cordelia Okonye, and brother. Lagos City is the economic hub of Nigeria. Think of it as New York City. If you want to be popular or meet the right people in Nigeria, you go to Lagos. However, it is also a city with a high crime rate. If you are not street smart, you could get scammed by the wrong people. Its beauty and opportunities come with risks, and this is the country that shaped this upcoming star. According to her mother, she was a smart girl academically, but she had to study to keep her grades up. It never came easy for her. The family lived a humble life, and that's when Augusta decided that she wanted to be an influencer as a teenager. Her mother and brother supported her, and they collectively agreed that she should always share the address of any location she was called to for castings. She was also told to share her live location with her brother, who she could call at any time to feel safe. These were the precautions the family took to support Augusta's dream, and after a while, they would start to see the results of their efforts. While she started as a small influencer with no payments, she got small brand deals and free products, some of which could help her family. Augusta worked very hard to become popular and was finally getting paid hundreds of thousands to promote products. At this stage, her following grew and her lifestyle became lavish. Augusta visited many countries and had a seemingly perfect life. However, she was still a student at Lead University in Ibadan State in Nigeria. Her mother said that she was on her way to graduating as a first-class student. She had also promised her mother that she would return with a first-class result as payment for her mother's sacrifices. Augusta was on track to achieve all of her goals until she met her boyfriend, 26-year-old Benjamin Best. Naturally, she introduced him to her mother because the two were very close, so this was not a relationship that was hidden from her family. He even visited the family and presented himself as a successful entrepreneur, winning their trust.
1st, 2021, She told me, Mommy, I'm into a relationship. Despite many people that asked her, she didn't accept. Said, there's somebody I know. That's okay. Bring to the house. He brought Benjamin to the house. Ask him questions, what he do, what he does, his line of business, he opened. When he's discussing with you.
However, while Augusta posted the gifts her boyfriend bought for her at any opportunity, she never posted his face on her Instagram page, maybe in an attempt to keep her relationship private, but close friends and family knew that the mystery man was another popular influencer called Benjamin Best, also known as Killaboy on Instagram. Killaboy would soon become a name associated with betrayal, violence, and tragedy. By the way, I post true crime and strange cases here weekly, so if that sounds like your kind of thing, please consider subscribing. It helps a lot. So, who is Benjamin Best, and how did he make all his money? While not much is known about him on his Instagram, he claims that he is a blockchain developer and crypto investor. He too was also an influencer with around 80,000 followers at that time. His posts show him as someone who lives large and enjoys luxury. He even took a picture close to a private jet and claimed that he had made over 300 million naira betting as well between 2022 and 2023. According to the exchange rate at that time, that's around 500,000 US dollars, which is not a small amount of money. These claims may have all been lies because prior to Augusta's murder in 2021, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission of Nigeria arrested Killaboy in a hotel in Umuahia, Abia State, for allegedly conducting a 150 million naira transaction using a stolen credit card, which was around 250,000 US dollars. In Nigeria, people who are arrested by EFCC are suspected to be fraudsters or scammers. Unfortunately, Nigeria is on the list of the top 10 most scamming countries in the world. Both people living in Nigeria and foreigners are victims of these scammers. Oftentimes, the ones who have made hundreds of thousands of dollars using this method show off on Instagram and claim to have gotten rich via crypto and blockchain, methods that cannot easily be traced. This fit Killaboy's profile to a T, but for some reason his arrest by EFCC did not lead to any prosecution because he was soon set free. When Benjamin met Augusta, he showed her his best side and gave her lavish gifts that she posted on social media, because Augusta was also a popular influencer who had several brand deals. It was not a situation where he sponsored her lifestyle completely. They both fell in love and enjoyed each other's company and traveled to many countries together. This would change when Benjamin decided to play a sick game. On July 11th, 2023, everything changed. Augusta's mother received a message from Benjamin telling her that Augusta was engaging in some inappropriate behavior online. He had created a fake Instagram account pretending to be a man and texted Augusta. His fake identity made plans to meet with Augusta anytime she traveled back to Lagos, as she was in school in Ibadan at that time. That was when he became convinced that she was cheating on him. He even admitted that he never saw her actually cheating. He only came to this conclusion because she agreed to meet the owner of this fake Instagram account. This kind of sick test is beyond disgusting. The mother was in disbelief.
Then Benjamin now called me, Mommy, since I've been dating Augusta, she has not cheated on me. But do you know she's replying a chat for hookup? I said, well, I didn't train her like that. And if she wants to do like that, I will talk to her, but please, I will talk to her. She's not that kind of a child.
When she got the call from Benjamin accusing her daughter of cheating, she said she would call Augusta to get to the bottom of everything. It didn't take too long for Augusta to call her mother and report that she was locked out of her Instagram account by Benjamin, who had the passwords. She was very worried because it was a crucial part of her livelihood as a social media influencer. That was how she made money. After getting a call from Augusta's mother, Benjamin gave back the Instagram account to Augusta, but that wasn't the end of the argument.
I mean, like, he's going to deal with me and will show me. He swear by his mother's grave. But Mommy, not be afraid, nothing will happen. Soon after that, he called me, Mommy, I'm going to deal with Augusta. I'm not going to kill her. I said, what is killing has to do? He said, I'm going to collect everything I bought for her. I said, well, for the last time I checked, he didn't buy her a car, he didn't buy her a house, he didn't buy her anything.
At 11 p.m., Augusta, distressed, contacted her mother again, explaining the situation and telling her that she was done with the relationship. She also revealed something chilling. Benjamin had sworn that he would deal with her on his mother's grave, but she reassured her mother that everything would be fine, unaware of the horrors that lay ahead. Benjamin called the mother to threaten to deal with her daughter, but reassured her that he wouldn't harm her physically. This took the mother by surprise, because the mention of physical harm was scary. Instead, he said he would take back all the lavish gifts he had given her, to which the mother replied, "You didn't buy her car. You didn't buy her a house. You did not buy her anything, maybe only hair or bags." She was angry that Benjamin would make such threats, but she did not think he was angry enough to commit murder. The true depth of his rage became clear on the following day when Augusta was lured to his house under false pretenses the very next day. She did not tell her mother that she was going to visit him, but she had told her roommate about her plans to talk to Benjamin and solve their problems. But no one knew just how dangerous the situation would become. On July 12, 2023, by midnight, Benjamin took Augusta's life in one of the most gruesome ways imaginable, by stabbing her multiple times. According to a source, the worst thing was that he cut off her private parts and left her. He did not stop there. He did not want the world to know what happened. So her phone was being used by Benjamin to send messages to her family, posing as Augusta and making them believe that she was still alive. In Nigeria, there is a rumor that body parts are used for demonic rituals to deities. These rituals can give protection or grant someone riches, although it is not confirmed whether her private parts were in fact missing. The public suspects that Benjamin may have been one of the people who participated in these sick rituals. Days passed, and Augusta's family grew increasingly worried because, while they got text messages, they did not get a phone call from her. Her brother, sensing that something was terribly wrong, urged their mother to investigate. She wanted to travel to Ibadan, so she called the roommate, who admitted that her daughter was not in school but went to patch things up with Benjamin. Following a gut-wrenching feeling, Augusta's mother, accompanied by a military police escort and led by the roommate, arrived at Benjamin's home on the 15th of July. There, they found Augusta's car parked outside, but the doors to the apartment were locked. The air conditioning inside the house was on, and the windows were open, which was very suspicious. Because the house was locked, Cordelia called her brother, Augusta's uncle, and told him to climb upstairs and enter the house through the opened windows. The brother saw Augusta, his niece, lying dead in a pool of red body fluids, with her intestines hanging out from multiple stab wounds on her belly. But he came down and lied that he did not see anything to spare his sister some grief. After she left, he and the police retrieved the body and took it to a morgue. The very next day, they broke the news to Cordelia and took her to see her daughter. She was devastated and reached out to Benjamin through Augusta's phone number, confronting him, but he never replied. She even took to begging him to meet so that she would ask him questions in a bid to draw him out, but he did not reply. She had been left there to bleed out for days, while Benjamin continued to send deceptive messages, leading her family to believe she was still alive. Marks of violence and signs of struggle were detected on the body, which was sent to the General Hospital mortuary, Yaba, for autopsy and preservation. To show how heartless and cold this was, Benjamin still posted photos on his social media channel and even changed his Instagram handle from Killaboygram to his name, Benjamin120723, and also added the date Augusta died with the caption, "Forever in my heart." To think that this man has no remorse and wanted social media users to believe that he was innocent. What Benjamin lacked in compassion, he made up for in audacity when he replied to Cordelia's messages on the day of Augusta's burial. He had seen a post of Augusta's burial and told the mother that he wanted to send her money for the burial. She went off on him and told him to report himself to the police, but he refused and called her a fake pastor. Benjamin's audacity did not stop there. After the murder, Benjamin went on the run. In a shocking turn of events, he took to Instagram to confess his crime in a series of strange posts. He admitted to stabbing Augusta during an argument, but claimed it was all an accident. His posts were filled with apologies and self-pity. He said that he was suicidal and he would pay for the crimes with his life. He also mentions that he did not cut off her genitals and that he was not a ritualist. Benjamin had committed an unspeakable act, and despite his claims that he would turn himself in, he remains at large. To gain sympathy from the public, he He released pitiful posts about being suicidal, but it is clear that he never was. Maybe he was expecting the public to forgive him and beg him not to harm himself, but the opposite happened. Nigerians rained insults on him, so he decided to flee. In Nigeria, he was declared as wanted by the Nigerian police, but he successfully evaded the police for months, even after he confessed to the crime. The efforts to track him down have been met with delays and corruption. At one point, he was discovered in Sierra Leone, a country in Africa. He had gotten a new passport and a new identity. Although it looked like Benjamin would finally pay for his crimes, it would seem like his influence was able to save him. While the Nigerian police were getting the proper papers ready to visit Sierra Leone and bring him back on the 27th of November, on the 26th, he escaped during a prison break in Sierra Leone, further adding to the frustration and anguish of Augusta's family. Meanwhile, Augusta's mother, Cordelia, was left not only to mourn the loss of her daughter, but also to fight for justice. She claimed that the Sierra Leone prison break was staged because all of the other escaped prisoners were found, except for Benjamin.
And his prison break, he would come back. Then after a long 3 days, all the prisoners from Sierra Leone, they brought them back to prison. Only Benjamin was not brought back. Since that day to today, Sierra Leone police didn't declare him wanted, the IG. Now they wrote to Nigeria on 23rd of December that the criminal under their care has also escaped. Nigeria too has not written, they have not made any public statement. But maybe, like people will say, she's this, she's that. No. What you see on social media is her job, and strictly her job. She's a different person completely. Bloggers carried a lot of negative narrative to pass. Some bloggers carried it that no, he bought a mansion for them. To the glory of God, you're in my house today. My city, my living room cannot occupy more than 5 persons or 4 persons. He didn't buy a car for her. She has bought a car before they met. He didn't buy a car for me. I'm still using my 206 that I've been using since 2018. You don't make money out of someone's pains. Make inquiries, find out. I'm begging on Nigerians. I'm begging on people globally to come to my aid. I don't have the money. Best Benjamin saw me less, and that is why he did that. I don't have the connections, but I know people out there will be of help to me. So please, both the presidency, House of Representatives, the Senate should please come to my aid. The women that know what it pains to go through what I'm going through. I hide my pains, yet I still cover these pains to work for God, because I told God one thing: give this baby to me. And if you have given that to me, you permitted that to be taken, I will still serve you. So I'm still serving God regardless. But I want people to come and help me in this case so that justice will be served.
So, she took to social media herself, sharing posts and pleading with the authorities and the public to help find her daughter's killer, making the case popular in Nigeria. The frustration of losing a child in such a brutal manner and the fact that her murderer was still free weighed heavily on her. The nation was left fuming. How could a man who confessed to such a heinous crime still be out there, walking free, posting on Instagram as though nothing had happened? The case showed the flaws in the justice system, the slow process of law enforcement, and the dangers that lurk in seemingly perfect relationships. It was a reminder that the image people project on social media often hides the truth, sometimes a truth so dark and violent that it ends in death. Cordelia once said in an interview that during one of the vacations Benjamin and Augusta went on, she came back with injuries that seemed like it was from a fight, but she brushed it off, saying it was an accident. Now, Cordelia believes that her daughter may have experienced many instances of domestic violence leading up to her death. As the search for Benjamin continues, many questions remain. How did a relationship that appeared so perfect on the outside become so deadly? What warning signs were missed? And most importantly, when will Augusta's family see justice? What do you think? Thank you so much once again for watching another video by Wednesday Crime. If you like the way we bring to you stories or you learned something new today, please like this video and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't yet. As always, remember to leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Perhaps someone learns from your experience or advice. I will talk to you again in another video. it's bye for now.